Before watching this video, make sure to watch the previous video where we connected the camera to our network. In this video, I'll show you two ways of mounting the outdoor camera: the no junction box method and the junction box method. In the first method, you need to drill a hole in the wall which you can insert the camera wires through. Then, from inside your premise, you simply extend the wire to the nearest wall outlet or router, depending on how it's connected to the network. In the second method, you don't need to drill a hole into your wall. You can attach a junction box to the camera, which allows you to hide and store the wires. And from there, we can extend the wires to the nearest wall outlet or router. Using a junction box also makes it easier to attach additional sirens or Neposmart perimeter beams to the camera later on. Let's start with the no junction box method. We chose this method for our office because we can easily cut a hole through the wood, and we can also run the wires through our office ceiling. To cut the hole, we used a 1 1/4 inch drill bit. Then once we've cut the hole, we're just going to feed the wires through. Next, we screw the camera in place. Then you can plug an extension cable like this one to the camera and the other end to a nearby wall outlet. But if you connect it via PoE, then you just need to extend the Ethernet cable to the nearest PoE injector. And if you did the conventional wired setup, you need to extend both the power and the Ethernet cables. Once you've connected the wires, the camera is going to start initializing, which means you finished the setup. And now I'll show you the junction box method. I won't show you the whole process, but the idea is very similar. Here you attach the camera to a box like this one. It's a 6x6x4 inch box that you can buy from your local hardware store. The first step is to drill a 1 1/4 inch hole on the top of the box. This is so you can insert the wires from the camera into the box. Make sure to apply a lot of pressure when you drill this hole, because the box can easily spin out. Next, unscrew the lid. Now let's store the wires into the box. Then attach the camera to the lid. Now we need to screw a hole for the cable to come out of. This is where we'll plug our power or our Ethernet cable to the camera. We used a 5x8 drill since it's just big enough to fit the size of the Ethernet cable. Again, apply very firm pressure. Now thread the cable through the hole that you just drilled and connect it to the camera. Then place the wires into the box. You'll notice that the wires in this method are a lot more accessible than the previous method. This gives more room to connect other things like sirens and perimeter beams. Now the next step is just to screw back the lid. Now what's left is just mounting the junction box to your desired location. You may notice that there's still an exposed wire, and while it's beyond the scope of this video, it's highly recommended that you use a conduit pipe to cover any exposed wires. But from here on out, it's just a matter of extending your wires to a wall outlet or a PoE injector or router. At this point, we've finished mounting the camera. You can now open up the Neposmart app to view live video from your phone. Also, depending on your needs, you can now connect sirens, strobe lights, perimeter beams, and even control your garage door or gates using your Neposmart camera. But that's it. This has been your outdoor camera setup tutorial. Thank you for watching.